叫大家咧嚟睇睇我哋今日想同大家解釋下關於列普勤咧喺啱啱星期3晚個賽事嗰個研訊嘅結果嘅。
So today we took further evidence from Jockey Purdon, the trainer of Nebraska, Mr. John Size, and also we took evidence today from one of the part owners, Mr. Timothy Lamb as well.
咁今日咧，我哋都叫翻阿潘頓啦，同埋馬師在外，兼且咧亦都請咗馬主林第先生咧嚟聽取呢個研訊嘅。
So what the stewards have considered as to whether or not Jockey Purdon had ridden his mount with sufficient vigour in the home straight, and the stewards' emphasis was placed on the final 200 metres of the race.
咁我哋咧就主要咧就睇睇下騎師潘頓咧喺直路嗰度咧有冇採取足夠力度咧去策騎列普勤，咁特別咧我哋係睇最後200米嘅。
So after considering the evidence, we'd like to firstly take you to the vision and the evidence of Jockey Purdon. And so where we have the film now is approaching the 900 metres, and Jockey Purdon's evidence was the horse race in an intractable manner throughout the event. And the first time is just here. You can see where Jockey Purdon has to turn his horse's head out when it lays in towards the running rail. And you can note that the horse is wearing pacifiers and also blinkers, and trainer Mr. Size had said to the stewards that the pacifiers had been placed on the horse to assist its racing manners. So that firstly you can see that Jockey Purdon corrected his mount near the 900 metres. He then said as the field started to turn here, leaving the 600 metres, that then Nebraskan hung out.
咁咧，其實我哋咧就唔單止喺直路嗰度開始睇，我哋都要喺全場賽事咧睇列普勤今日嗰個走勢嘅。咁其實咧，潘頓咧都有解釋話咧，列普勤其實喺早段咧，隻馬咧都係有少少難以操控嘅。隻馬咧就特別咧就要因為咁咧，佢都係加咗個pacifier膠喺度，咁令到隻馬可以跑得穩定啲啦。咁但係咧，其實你見到嗰個範圍轉彎咧，佢都係有傾向路線嘅。
So you can see as the horse starts to make the bend here that it shifts out away from the leader Happy Horse, and you'll see Jockey Purdon has to place pressure on his right rein to keep the horse on the track, and that continues through the entire time they are making the turn.
咁你見到佢喺600米開始轉彎成個彎嗰度咧，佢都係傾向閃出去，即係喺隻開心馬外側嗰度咧，佢都傾向有外閃啊，又即係拉翻入嚟，佢又唔係好穩定嘅走勢。
And you can see here on the right-hand screen the angle of the horse's head as he's actually making the turn, the pressure that he has to place on the right rein to ensure that the horse corners correctly.
亦都見到佢咧，要右手嗰度咧都即係好拉緊隻馬，即係出嚟隻馬咧係即係可以即係好順利咁轉到呢個彎，因為佢見到佢右手個韁繩咧都拉得好緊啊。
So that provides some background as to what occurred before the field entered the home straight.
咁呢度咧就我哋就即係理解到呢個係一個背景，之後咧我哋再研究直路嗰個方法。
So then we'll take you to the head-on vision that the stewards have considered. And firstly you'll note when the horse straightens up that initially it was hanging out, and now as the field straightens up into the straight, the horse then lays in.
咁咧，原本你見到轉彎嗰陣時，隻馬係傾向外閃嘅，咁但係一轉彎入到直路修正咗之後咧，隻馬就傾向咧就外閃啦。
And you can see that Jockey Purdon has to turn his horse's head out at this point here.
咁而因此咧，潘頓咧都要即係拉緊佢左邊韁繩咧，你睇個馬頭都轉側晒，所以咧就要即係佢拉翻佢出嚟。
To prevent it from getting in and making contact with this horse, Happy Horse.
呢度就係避免咧佢去阻到隻開心馬。
Which is a requirement that the stewards expect from jockeys to avoid causing interference.
咁呢度咧即係所有騎師要遵守嘅，因為你就唔想佢係不小心策騎令到其他馬不受干擾。
You'll see then afterwards that Nebraskan then shifts out, and it provides a clear run for the winner, Prince of Porty, to improve into.
咁跟住咧，由於個潘頓咧拉翻隻馬出嚟咧，中間就開咗個位，就俾隻橫紅金先可以嗰度咧就推出嚟嘅。
Jockey Purdon pulls the whip near the 200 metres.
跟住喺200米度咧，潘頓咧就打咗一邊。
And his evidence to the stewards was that after he used the whip, he could then feel the horse wanting to shift in again.
跟住咧，阿潘頓喺佢嗰個正風嗰度咧就話隻馬打完之後咧，隻馬就俾佢感覺咧就又想去挨翻入去啦。
And it is clear that between the 200 metres and the 175 metres, that Nebraskan does shift in and it makes contact with Prince at 40.
咁而呢度咧喺個循環影片都可以見到咧，喺200米至175米呢段途程咧，隻馬係有挨入去而觸碰到隻馬鞍今朝嘅。
And Jockey Burton correct his mount as he's required to do.
咁跟住阿潘頓咧就用修正隻馬啦。
Nebraskan then shifts out and then makes contact with Lean Master, just here.
跟住佢修正咗之後咧，隻馬就移翻出去，又觸碰到嘅精英大師。
And that's also due to Lean Master shifting in slightly and those two horses contributing to the contact.
咁其實精英大師咧，其實佢都有少少拉入嚟嘅，咁即係一隻馬出一隻馬入而造成呢個觸碰嘅。
The stewards then considered as to whether or not Jockey Burton, after this contact, had ridden in breach of the rules.
咁我哋亦都有考慮啦，經過呢兩次觸碰之後咧，各位打開咗之後咧，就睇下潘頓咧喺呢段途程咧，有冇去重力剎停落去。
And whether he should have placed his mount under pressure sooner than what he did.
咁佢係咪應該咧可以喺更早嘅時間去發力嘅？
Jockey Burton said that his horse was unbalanced after the contact.
咁啊，潘頓解釋就話咧，佢觸碰到隻精英大師之後咧，隻馬就一度失去平衡嘅。
And that's the reason why he did not start to ride his horse out until near the 50 metres.
咁因此咧，就係呢個原因咧，佢直至到50米咧先可以重拾佢嘅推騎。
Now, what the stewards have considered as to whether that explanation is a reasonable explanation.
咁我哋咧要考慮咧，佢呢個解釋係咪一個合理嘅解釋啦？
And what the stewards have found that there may have been 2 strides or 3 strides where he could have commenced riding sooner.
咁咧其實咧，我哋就可以考慮到佢係其實可能有2步至3步咧，可以早啲去推騎翻隻馬嘅。
But given his explanation as to why he had not, the stewards were satisfied that he had not breached the rules of racing.
但係由於佢嗰個解釋咧，我哋就接納咗佢，就因此咧佢就冇觸犯個賽事規例嘅。
The 2 rules that the stewards considered were Rule 99 Part 2.
咁我哋考慮到咧，其實有2條例咧喺今次嘅研訊事件嘅。咁首先係第一條咧就係賽事規例第99條第2節啦。
Which requires every jockey to take all reasonable and permissible measures throughout the race to ensure his horse is given full opportunity to win or obtain the best possible placing in the
第
field.
99條第2節就係即係嗰條就係話隻馬騎師有冇盡一切能力咧去合理嘅情況之下咧，為馬匹爭取最佳名次嘅。
Or Rule 100 Part 2, which requires a jockey to ride his mount out approaching the end of the race and all the way to the end of the race.
咁而另外一條我哋要考慮嘅咧就係第100條第2節啦。呢條就係話即係騎師咧喺終點前咧，或者喺距離終點之前咧，有冇去力撐到底嘅，令董事滿意力撐到底。
Given Jockey Purton's explanations and the way that the horse had raced prior to the 100 metres, the stewards couldn't become to be satisfied that he should face a charge under either of those 2 rules.
咁基於阿潘頓嘅解釋，再加埋隻馬咧喺100米之前嗰個走勢嘅唔規矩咧，咁我哋咧就唔覺得阿潘頓咧喺呢度咧有犯入賽事規例。
And I should also point out that the stewards also considered at this inquiry the integrity element of the race in terms of the betting.
咁就喺呢個研訊事件咧，我哋都有去睇有關於投注方面嘅資料嘅。
And in particular, we considered a detailed report provided by the Racing Integrity and Betting Analysis Department of the Jockey Club.
咁我哋喺呢個投注誠信部門嗰度咧，亦都有俾咗個報告我哋關於呢場賽事嘅投注。
And what that report showed to the stewards is that Nebraska was well backed, well supported for the race.
咁而佢個分析個報告咧入邊顯示到咧，聶寶勤咧就係即係有受過好大嘅投注嘅。
And there was no other concerning element of betting involved on the race.
而喺呢方面咧，我哋嘅投注方面咧就係冇懷疑嘅。
So in all of the circumstances, the stewards, whilst taking no action against Jockey Purton,
咁縱使喺呢種事件，我哋冇對潘頓採取任何行動。
he was advised that wherever possible, and in particular this case, for a short distance after the 100 metres,
咁特別咧喺今次賽事啦，特別喺100米嗰度啦。
he should ride his mounts wherever possible to ensure they obtain the best possible place in the field.
咁佢應該係盡力策騎咧，為馬匹爭取最佳名次。
And that's the basis upon which the inquiry is being concluded today.
咁呢度咧就係我哋今日個研訊個結